So inshallah, today we will learn from the expert. Most of them came from Apple Distinguished Educator, Apple Professional Learning Specialist, Professional Learning Provider, and also Apple Teacher. So before we start with the session, so I would like to introduce to you the man of today, the speaker of today. All right. On the 12th April session with Dr. Azwin Arif Abdul Rahim with the title Editing Your Photo Using Keynote. So before we start, I would like to share with you a brief about Dr. Azwin Arif. Dr. Azwin Arif is actually an award recipient for academic teaching and learning at UMP. I think that for the last year, and also he have about 20 years experience in teaching tertiary education, and we're glad to have him as a part of for today sharing. And before we start with the session, I would like to share with you some of the etiquette that we need to bear in mind, because of today we have about the IPL session will be for the 1 hour. So at this time of the moment, the moderator will mute all the participant microphone. And if you have the question, please ask your question at the chat box. So the moderator will read your question, and we let the moderator or the presenter try our best to answer as possible. And this is an interactive session where the presenter will ask the participant to do some hands-on activity. So I think that for today's session, inshallah, I guess Dr. Azwin Dr. Azwin Arif have I think a little hands-on activity. And before end the session, we had a borang kehadiran for Cikgu will be displayed 15 minutes before end of the session. We hope that you can stay and remain with us until end of the session. And for Cikgu, these are the form that you need to complete before you leave the room meeting. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the sharing screen to Dr. Azwin Arif for the session. So welcome, Dr. Arif, and have a pleasure to have it. All right.
All right, Dr. Arif, you have the floor.
Okay. Let me screen share first. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. Good morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Thank you very much for joining my session for today. My name is Azwin Arif Abdul Rahim from University Malaysia Pahang, and I've been teaching English for quite some time, almost 20 years of experience teaching the tertiary education. And not really recently, I've been exposed to the Apple ecosystem, and I'm loving every single bit of it. So today is my session talking more on the editing your photos using Keynotes. Right, so International Day. Oh, can you hear my voice?
Bergema.
Right. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right, so today is the International Day of Human Space Flight, 12th of April every year. But I'm not going to talk about all this, something related to space and whatnot. So that's not my expertise. All right, so let's move on here for today. Now, before we move on, the idea of talking about picture editing, I believe most of us spend a lot of time with our gadgets taking pictures. And not just to mention about taking pictures, we take pictures and we put it into context, especially in terms of teaching and learning, right? So if you can see over here, so we have covered almost 11 sessions. This is the 12th session, And we've been talking and we've been dwelling mostly on the keynotes, on iPads and whatnot, yeah. And I believe 2 days back and yesterday was Puan Zahra and previously Cikgu Razif talking, we're using a Keynote iPad and Keynotes in designing posters. So my focus today is more on picture editing. I'm not going to show you, or in fact, I'm not going to go beyond the boundaries of, a very specific applications like Photoshop, which you can do numerous things about that. Or in fact, I would not also go into in depth with picture taking techniques. I am more on the let's edit the pictures that we have so as to make it more lively, more professional look for our teaching and learning session. Right, if you look at in front over here, if you can see here, this is, the point over here is that we can actually draw. Those who have Apple pencils and whatnot, you can actually draw pictures of a scenery or pictures of, trees and whatnot. Now, if you look at these two comparison, one is drawing, another one is a reality pictures, yeah? Right, what's the difference between these two? Anybody can give me a short answer? You can send to the chat box. Yes, what does this picture actually tells you? Any idea? So if you can see, yeah, it's trees. Thank you, Mimi. Alright. Yeah, trees. But what exactly the trees that I want to show you? The picture is just a tree, but the drawing is trees, more or less like a tree. The next to it is actually a picture of a tree in a way that you have some sort like a focus. What would be the difference? I mean, what is the focus in the second picture? This picture. Oh, it's not working. Yeah. Right. Okay, so what I'm trying to say over here is that when you look these two pictures, one can be very perspective, meaning to say, in the real picture, you can see shades, you can see sun rays. All right, so those are the things that we may not be able to draw clearly when we try to draw with our own Apple Pencil. So my task today is that I want to show you, you can use pictures and you can edit it and it's still going to be yours. It can be very professional look. So let's move on a bit, yeah? Now, look at this. I can have a picture of a stranger chopping down woods and put it into the, or you call that, some sort of, it's not a boiler. It's more like a heater or something. All right, it's a fireplace. So anybody, any idea what is this particular guy trying to do? So what is the job of this guy? Yeah, it's coal. Right, loading firewood into coal. Now, you can have pictures like that. I know some of you are very good, very talented in drawing and sketching and doodling. You can have better pictures like compared to me. Right, mine is very simple. I have, you know what? I'm not a very artistic person. In fact, I'm not what you call not creative enough. But using iPad and resources in Apple ecosystem, I can be a bit creative as compared to before. Those who know me very well, they know that I am not creative. In fact, if I were to wear a shirt, it's going to be the same, almost the same color all the while. Okay, let's move on. So these are the two ways of looking at perspective. Yeah, one is picture, another one is the drawing. What I'm trying to show you here is that you can make it somewhat like this is an example of teaching and learning talking about journalism, photojournalism, right? So student can do, instead of just drawing or instead of just pasting pictures, they can actually do somewhat like a masking with shapes and then they can actually do the photojournalism. So this is where teaching and learning can actually work. So by looking at pictures, you can do narratives, you can do daily journals and whatnot. So this is an example, yeah. So I'll be looking at this as well. Okay, yeah, there you go. So I am combining the charcoal industry, okay, the elements of charcoal industry. So what you have over here is the three elements. One is the person who's doing that. Okay, is still using the human, I call that human power. The manpower is still human, not robotics yet. And then you have the wood to be turned into the charcoal. And then you have the fireplace, whereby you actually burn it into to become the charcoal. So, right. So for today's, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be focusing on 4 things. That would be mask with shape. So we're going to learn how to do masking shapes and to make it. You see the one that I draw with the with the round shape, and then we learn how to rotate pictures, and then borders, add some borders, and last one I'll be touching in terms of beyond instant alpha. And mind to tell you, if you have religiously follow our session for the past 11 days, all right, I think you can get hold of the ideas of using the iPad keynotes and whatnot, and also playing around with the pictures. All right, so before we move, in Keynote, we have some elements that you should be aware of. And I believe, as I mentioned just now, 11 days should be able for you to recognize all this, yeah? So if you can see over here, it's not moving. Okay, if you can see over here, number 1 is the slide. This is the interface of Keynote, yeah? So we have number 1 is the slide, the current slide that you're working on. Number 2 is the add a slide. And when you click the add a slide, it gives you examples, ample examples and templates for you to play with. Right. Number 3 is the slide view. If you click on the slide view, what you can see is either you can have it in a thumbnail or in a graph forms. Okay. Number 4 is the undo and redo button. Right. Most of us didn't realize that you can only see the undo, but you don't see the redo button. So if you would like to click on the redo button, if you press it for quite some time, more than 1 second, and it gives you the alternative to do redo. Okay, so number 5 is the presentation title. And as what all of us trying to mention to you the other day, if you start off with a new project, please change the title of the presentation. That is basically we should do it. Okay, so for example, like this, if I will keep on to play and keep on adding new presentation, it goes by number. So this is now presentation 27. So you don't know what's presentation 27. All right. And then button number 6 is the play button. So once you have done your drawing, your movement, or whatever you have done in your Keynote, you can start play it. Okay. And then button number 7, this is important button, yeah. So button number 7 is the edit tools. Okay, edit. So whatever you do, let's say if you want to change fonts, colors, whatever it is, we always refer to button number 7, right? Almost whatever, if you need to do or editing on anything, it must be on button 7. And button number 8 is the add button. So this is where you add into the media, pictures, whatnot, and what here will be button number 8. Button number 9 is the collaborate button. So if you were to do this with friends, with students, or with colleagues, you can always collaborate with them. And this is where the Apple ecosystem, especially in this Keynote, actually gives you the opportunity for you to work on one item, but it is collaboratively, at the same time, in real time. All right. And button number 10 is called the more button. So towards the end, whatever it is, when you click on the more button, it give you additional tasks or additional things what if you need to do. Okay, so we'll go one by one after this. Okay, let's move on. Yeah. Now have a look at this picture. Nice, right? Okay, so you have this is my title, my focus for today will be the edible garden. Some of us like to gardens. I also like to do gardening, and then a lot of flowers. But then again, it doesn't give me a sense of the sense of. I mean, you have flowers, you have colors, but I couldn't have the enjoyment of the garden. So if I were to take edible garden, so it means that I can always use it. I can eat it. Nowadays, with this MCO and the COVID, so we should go back into the nature way of life. So eating natural food. Okay, this is the edible garden. So what I have over here is pictures of edible garden and edible. In Malay, call it ulam. Yeah. So from the left side of it is call this. Yeah. This is dill, right? Dill. Right, dill on the left side, and then we have top right is the pegaga. Alright, if you know pegaga, some of scientific name is I'm not so sure, but we can Google it later. Yeah, it can be gotu kola, and last one is the ulam raja. So let you guys do all the Google search looking for the names in English. I'll be talking on this. Yes, Cik Azmi, good with grilled fish, sour cream, and you put some dill. So these are the things around my compound. Okay, so let's focus on this. Yeah? So this is more on the how you place pictures. Okay, but let's say if you want to make it focus, I'm not just going to show you pictures here and there, but what we want to do here is we want to have another perspective. So let's go back to the teaching and learning. So for example, like you're going to do, let's say you are going to do more or less, as I mentioned just now, like photojournalism. So meaning to say you have a journal of ulam-ulam around your compound. So you might want to share pictures, and after the pictures, you might want to add inside information. And these are examples of picture editing that you're going to do. Right, now have a look at this here. So again, so this is a picture of, in fact, I have, let me use it here. Okay, so I have a lot of pictures, but it's not just pictures. It doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you meaning. It doesn't give you perspective. Right. So what we do is the first one is I want you to play around with masking with shapes. So we're going to give some sort like a perspective to our picture. If you have pictures at the moment, so it can be any pictures, you can try with me. I'll be showing you how to play around with the mask and shape. And let's do it together. Okay, for example, let's say if I were to take a piece of picture, let's take this one. Yeah, you guys with me? Okay. What I want to do here is to make some sort like a focus. So let's just put this thing away. Okay, let's put it into perspective. Right. So what you're going to do over here is this. So first of all, you might want to do this. We click on plus. Okay, click on plus, and we have shapes. If you have updated to 13.4, you have this extra shape. No, sorry. iOS 13.4, but the latest Keynote will give you this variety of shapes. So I'll take this geometry, and this is somewhat looks like a yeah. Okay, so two things we're going to do today in this particular page. And then if you have, let's follow through whatever we have. those who have, pictures and whatnot. Right, so this is pictures and shapes. What I'm going to do is we want to have somewhat like this shape should have a focus. Okay, have a look at this here. Let's say we play around with movement. So you can click. Okay, first of all, click on the shape. Okay, you use two fingers to. Sorry, this is Okay, you can twist it. You need to use two fingers. Okay, something wrong with my fingers today. A bit wet, I suppose. Okay, I want to, no. Yes, there you go. So you click on it and then you can move it like that. All right, so one way of putting here, let's say we would like to do somewhat like focusing on a particular leaves. Okay, not be enough. How's that? Okay, again a bit twist here. Okay, so what we do, we are going to have like focus on the leaves, but you have the picture of the leaf of it. Okay, so one more time, let's do that. Okay, this is what we drew of the masking picture with the mask. Okay, hold on. All right, something is wrong with me today, especially the hands. Okay, let's make it like that. Okay, do you have that? If you have this, it means that you can't see what is actually happens at the back. So what you do, we click on the object, click on the edit button, all right, reduce the opacity so that you can see, this is the one that you are looking at, right? Okay, so done. Okay, I want to focus on this particular leaves. Let's say I want to focus on this. Right, there are two parts of it. So one of it is the focus. I just want to show the leaf of the pegaga. Okay, so what you do is you first click on the object and then the second finger click on the picture behind. It's not working. Click one, click two. So it becomes like that. So the moment you click, you have mask with shape. Right? Click on that. Boom. Okay, can you see? Okay. So what you do? I click done. So I have a picture of the shape of the leaf. Does it put into perspective? Yeah, more or less. But what if you have this? You put back, you insert again the picture of the lamp. I have it here. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's make it smaller. So that is not focus. And you have this. Can you see that the object is behind the picture? So you can actually change the place of the object. So we click on the edit button. Look at the arrangement. So move background front. You drag into the front. So the object now is at the front. So I have it here. Now this. Okay. I have a focus of the particular leaves, somewhat like you had like a zoom in picture of it. Now, still it doesn't give you a clear perspective. Now, dealing with photos, we have to play around and we have to experience it over and over again. And then you have to play with all the things given to you. Now what I'm trying to do over here is simple. Yeah, let's make it the original picture a bit blur, or in fact we call that a bit dull, so that you can have some sort of like a perspective. So let's click on the picture there, click on the edit. All right, look at the style, and you can reduce the opacity. right? Now you have a different perspective. One is greener, one is not so green because you're doing on that. And then just play around. So you see, one is we have play with the masking. Then we have the movement. So you can twist left, right, and above, whatnot. And then now what you can do is you play with the
Bogus.
apa tu, call that all this fun stuff over here. Click on edit. All right, let's play with border. Okay, so you have examples given to you on top of this, yeah. Right, so I'll just click on border. So I have borders. All right, and you can click on style. Now you have several options. Okay. Well, there's no there's no right or wrong. It's always trial and error. Okay, what if I were to click one of the borders here? Let's do this. Not so much. Yeah, this one. So you have the border. A picture in picture. So more or less like, a different perspective. Okay, so I'm not so happy with this. I would like to change the border. Okay, or you can have a reflection picture, right? So you have the reflection a bit here, a bit down here. Okay, yeah, somewhat like a reflection because the background is somewhat off-white, so you can't see the reflection so much. Okay, so but you have example of shadow at this part. Can you all see? Yeah, a bit light over here from my part. Yeah, this part of shadow. Okay, let's say if you were to change again the border, maybe you have something else in your mind. This is more or less a bit normal. All right. That's one. So you can have this kind of ways of doing editing of the picture. I can add some more. All right. Let's say we do another one. Instead of that, okay. Just now the whole, I call that the whole object becomes, the pictures is part of the objects here. Now we can do over here, we can add some more pictures. Okay, let's pick up one item over here. The deal, this is nice. Let me see whether, okay, this is nice. Okay, you can have a picture of the leaves of the deal. Okay, you can have all sorts of, call that object. No, have you all tried the mask in shape? Mask with the shape? Have you done that? Moderator, should we give them time for them to try on the mask, or do they have gone through and they are ready with that? I believe everything's okay, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
You can proceed. Dr. Arif.
All right, so done masking. Okay, good. Now, I want to change a bit. So part of it is masking, part of it, let's say we use the same, we use the same thing over here. Let's use the same object, but I want to show you, this is what I tried the other day. So I pick up the same thing. Yes, this is the one. Okay. Not so important on that yet. I am looking at this particular, hold on. Yeah. I need to enlarge this one first, right? And make it something like that. Okay. Bigger. Because my focus now is not all the button, but it's all just the small leaves. Okay, so this is the one that I'm looking at. Okay, so different people, they have different style, but this is how I try to do things. Yeah. Okay, I add another one, can be a basic. So if I were to click on the basic, you have the same color. So what I do, I change the color. The idea of changing color so that I know that where is the how big is the size of this particular shapes later on. And if you can see over here, If you were to click on the particular shape, shapes, you click edit, look at the arrangement. Sorry. You get this. It says constraint proportion. Can you see the constraint proportion? If you were to click on the constraint proportion, what happened? Simple. It controls the size. The size is almost the same. It doesn't give you. You cannot make it. You cannot shape it towards the way you like it. Yeah. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to switch out the constraint proportion. Okay. What I do now is this. I want to make it almost like that size. Right. If I'm going too fast, please tell me. Yeah. All right. Okay. Should be nice. Next, what I do is I put these things away. Copy this one over here, and I would like to do the mask in shape. Okay. I want to focus on the picture. So you can do this all sorts of way. Okay, let's do this. It should be clear enough on this. Click here, get the picture, mask with shape. Okay. Yeah. You can see all the small little leaves here. Okay, the details of it. I click done. Oh, right to the picture. Okay, we add back the picture again. The deal leaves. Okay. Right. If it is too big, then we make it smaller so that you can add in some caption later. So I have these two things over here. Right. Again, let's arrange it to the front so that you can have somewhat like this. Okay. And then I'll arrange it to the front as well so that it is going to be on top of the subject over here.
Nenek tengah angkat baldi tu.
There you go.
One of you buat tu kan.
Now, this is another, okay, so the darker object is not so nice. So what you can do is you can change the color. Click on the style. You can have gradient or fill. So most probably I'm going to choose gradient. Well, the color is green. So let's have somewhat like greenish. Hold on, this is the background. Okay. Fill with gradient. Too much of it. Okay. So you can play around with the gradient as well. Okay, this is nice. And I would like to make it classy. There you go. Right. So this is to show you a perspective of having a deal front, and then you are focusing on the details of it. And this is where, for language learners, when they write narrative essays, right, it can be a set of pictures, and then you can tell the pictures one by one. So this is more like a technical description. Most of the students nowadays focusing on the technical description, they can actually describe the leaves, the details of the application of editing the picture. Okay, so we have covered a few. So we have covered masking with shapes. We have covered movement, how you rotate things, and then we have covered remix. Yeah. Okay. Next, I'll be going to show you or share with you something else. All right, so let's go into instant alpha. So I have this picture of a vehicle. This is a motorbike. Now, in a technical description classes for language learning, engineering students, what they do is that they have a specific things, machines, vehicles and whatnot, and they need to describe the particular objects discretely, meaning to say they have a certain things. Now you can, normally if we have our iPad, what we can do is we can always draw or focus on certain things. For example, this is the, or let us change the color. I'm going to use blue. Blue. All right, so you can have this. You can have, this is this break. DISC, this break. Right. And then if you can draw that this is the engine, and then only you can talk about the particular sources of description of these items: engine, size, color. All right. And then you have the exhaust systems. Then you have the handles and whatnot. Yes, we can do that. Or what we can do is we can clear up all the background and just focus on the particular motorcycle. Have a look at this. So what we do is we do with instant alpha. How to do instant alpha? The idea of instant alpha is to instantly remove all the backgrounds. All right. So I can share with you how you can do the instant alpha. I believe most of you know how to do that. Now, click on the picture and click on edit. Right? Click on the image. You can see edit mask, instant alpha, replace description. So click on instant alpha. So what do the instant alpha? Simple. We are going to clear up the background so that we can have just the motorbike. So what you do is you click on the particular background. So have a look at this clearly, yeah. So click and then you drag. It doesn't matter drag left or right, up or down, as long as you can look at the indicator. And I did this a few days back, and my son asked me, "How did you do that?" I said, with patience, because if you have a lot of backgrounds, a lot of background noise, I call it, so you do have to do a lot of instant alpha. But if it is simple, so you can actually clear up here and there. So if you realize, if you were to move quickly or more, not really more, beyond the, can you see that? So what happens is that it goes with the alpha. So you click on the undo. So you have to do this slowly. All right. Okay, I can do this. Examples over here. So I have an example that I've done with the instant alpha. So this is the example. So I break out into the instant alpha. So what I do with this?
So meaning that we need to control the radius of the instant alpha, right, to make things much better and clearer.
Exactly. Right? So we have to control the radius. So let's say if you were to click on a certain item, okay, let's say I'll just clear up this beam over here. Oh, sorry. Remember, whatever you do, click on the picture, click on edit, click on the instant alpha. So let's see if I were to clear up this particular beam over here, I'll just click on it and then move left or right to show the radius. Okay, covered that one. So it's no longer there.
That's the reason why you need some patience to do all the cleaning stuff.
Okay. Come again, sorry?
That's the reason why you need to be very patient to do all the cleaning stuff. So to make sure you get the picture you want. All right. Okay. Exactly. We can proceed.
Okay. What if the particular item is kind of small? You can still enlarge it. Yeah. So you still in the editing mode. What you can do, you pinch out. Let's see if I want to clear this part over here. This part, yeah. So I just click, put my finger or pencil and drag. Another one.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see how meticulous it is and how lovely this is?
We need to pinch out, pinch in, and then get the details, and then we can erase nicely, right?
Yes.
All right.
So look at this marvelous software do for me. Okay. I used to play around with other software, but you have to click on plus minus and plus minus. What happens is that everything lost. So this is, at least I have more in control of the one that I'm going to clear up. Okay.
Dr. Arif, there's one question. What if we want to recover back on the certain part?
Okay, I have tell you what, I can only redo and undo and redo, but I couldn't find how to recover back the certain part. So if you find out the ways, please share with me. I that's why my motto is that do it once and do it correct. At least I have that idea of being patient and focused at the same time. Okay, so finish out again, and then once you're done, you click done over here. Click done. So if you're done, then at least you have the background. Now the background is because of white, that's why you have the background colored in white. So I have done before this. So this is an example of what I have done. So my idea is like this. I'm going to make it in a perspective of a technical description or technical descriptor. Okay, when the students present, I want to show them, okay, you can break this motorcycle into 4 main parts. Or I don't call it 4 main parts, 4 parts, which you can be really focused on that particular item. So number 1, okay, have a look at this, So this is an example that the student can do. Instead of just having pictures and draw, you can still have a professional look, pictures in pictures and somewhat like magnifying picture of a particular section or particular parts. So first part is the fuel tank, second part is the engine, third part is the floating disc brake, and the last part is the exhaust system. I can have it that. Alright, so all this has been done using mask, okay, mask in shape, and then I copy paste again like that. Okay, can you all see? Right. Looks different, right? Instead of having a picture of a motorbike, and then you have, what's the picture there? Okay, which I do just now. Now I have, looks like this. Okay, and to make it stand out, if you can see over here, if I were to click on that, I can change to the style. So instead of having that one, this is the original without the borders. Now I'm giving you somewhat like a 3D effect. It stands out a bit. Okay, and instead of just that, you can also use the borders. You have to click on the borders first, then you can have different so you can have colors, or maybe you want to make it a bit lively because this is black and red. So let's put out red or orange, yellow, possible. Alright, and then the width of it. First part. Some of you might want to have somewhat like a reflection. Okay, or shadow. It's all in our creativity and our experience. Okay. Again, you can change the border. What happened to the border? Okay, not so nice. I will not go for that. So maybe we have what like shadow style. Okay, there's not so much. Okay, I can pick this thing up. There you go. Oh, it's in color. Make it clear. There you go. And this is where you can do the technical description. So you have all the pictures behind that, and then you can share. Right. Are you guys doing okay? Right. So please, if you have questions, just pose the questions, and then the moderator can actually tell me, and then I can share with you. So this is the instant alpha. Okay. Now, I think we are towards the end of it, but I would like to share with you something else. This is more like having fun with pictures. Okay, so I have a few. This is called masking, remix, move, and whatnot. Yeah. So have a look. Yeah. Let's say if I were to add pictures, I do have pictures, but not so much. Let's pick out one picture from here.
Tak apa, dia try ni.
There you go. So this is a picture of me long time ago. Okay, now you can see I would like to play around with this picture. I would like to change. Now this is more like a creativity part of it, and then you can play around, and then it's more like having description over description. If you would watch investigation movies, whether this police inspector said that, okay, do you know how's the hair, how's the eyes, the mouth and whatnot, and then they keep on editing to the part of the picture and happens to be becomes a nice picture. But we cannot do that. But we can still have fun with that. So let's say, for example, like I don't have a smile, and this is smile, but that's my normal smile. I want to show some sort of like a teeth. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Now, okay, have a look. I'll pick up one picture over here, and I will look for some other pictures. Okay, this one. Can you see that? Okay. What we want to do is we want to get the mouth. So what should I do? Very simple. There are several ways. You can crop the picture, the particular. Here we can use what we call as edit mask. Okay. In edit mask, okay, you can actually have the right, done. I can put it here. Can I do the instant alpha? Let's try. So you can click and do the instant alpha. No. I want to do the instant alpha of this particular item only. Oh. It becomes like that. Alright, at least you can see that. Okay. Let's do a bit on this part.
Okay, instant alpha. There's a command there, instant alpha.
Because we're not going to use it here. Okay. Instant alpha. This part as well. Done. At least I have a picture of it. And then, maybe you do not want to do the instant alpha. Yeah, I have to do, okay. I have to redo the mask. Never mind. Because this is not something real. Just put it here. It should be okay. I'll put, I'll click on this and click on style and put on borders. Instead that, I'll be using this and with the color. So what should be okay to show the contrast. See? Playing around with the mouth. Let's say one more item would be change out the spectacles. So pick one picture that has, nice spectacles. You can use. Nope, I don't need it here. One picture over here. Okay. So again, let's do the masking. Yeah, I will focus on this particular things only. But I believe this one, you know what? I think the spectacles is kind of big. Let's focus on the particular spectacles only. And what you can do, you can again okay, let's change a bit. Look at the arrangement. This one's supposed to be front. So I have pictures in pictures, and this is just for fun. And you know what? You can have numerous ideas on doing this. You can have picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we can gamify the photo and lets people to guess maybe certain context
Yeah.
in autistic learning, right? So
Yeah,
it's
it's
a good
possible.
actually.
Okay, good. All right. So this is the idea of playing with all the four items and whatnot. So maybe I would like to share with you another one so that it's clear for you of what you're going to do with the instant alpha. I believe instant alpha is quite easy, yeah, because you just click and drag, yeah. Okay. I'll pick another picture. Um, I have no idea which pictures should be able to be used. Okay. There you go. This is a picture of me. Right. I want to change the background. What I do here is I just click on instant image, instant alpha, and I just drag. You see, it's easier if you have a pale background or a single color background rather than you have all sorts of colors, because you have all sorts of colors, you need to do it over and over again. Okay, so I have all this. There you go. And I'm done with the instant alpha. This is a picture. And I can add any other things in the background. I put it pictures at the background. For example, I can add photos. Maybe the moon. It's possible. Okay, so how big is the moon? Like that. Okay, and I place it at the back. Edit, arrange, back. And you have International Day of Human Spaceflight. It's just that I'm not the one who's flying outside the outer space. Okay, right. So can I move one item again? I just want to put perspective into things. Yeah. So if you can see, this is all black color background. Let's say, you see, in the original picture you have the original picture you have over here. It's the tiles and whatnot to show. Okay, the motorbike is at that particular level. Yeah. So what you can do, we can also play with shapes just now. So let's see if I were to add shapes. Okay, click on shapes, basic shapes. You click on this. Okay, so again, black and color. Let's change it first. Yeah, black is nice actually. Maybe we can have something else. So let's pick up gradient. So playing with gradients and whatnot. I think Puan Zara have mentioned talking about doodlings. That one, I think she mentioned about the gradients as well. So let's say we'll start off with the not so dark, okay, and end with darker colors, okay. Like that. Okay. What I do here, I'll just drag it until that part. Okay. Of course, you lost it. You lost the picture. So what you do is you rearrange towards the back. Now can you see? You have somewhat like a gradient, right? Not just that, I add some more. I add again. Oh, sorry, not that one. Nope. Just want to delete that. Okay, I add one more object. Same thing. Just now we finish at that particular place. I'll drag it here. And what I do is I change the gradients. I'll change the gradient. Okay, the same thing, gradient. So just now we start with the a bit not so dark. It was darker. Now because it is from bottom, so we start with the darker part and ends up with the not so dark. Yeah, so one of darker and then ends with the this, I suppose. Can you see that? Okay, so what I do is I'll rearrange. Go to the back. Now you have a better perspective of your picture. The motorcycle is still on the particular level, so you show that that's a somewhat like a level, right? Just by playing with the gradients. Okay, so I think we are towards the end of the session. Is there any question?
All right.
Any question? So if you don't have any question,
Any question before for the audience? Do you have any question to ask? So we let the Dr. Azwin Arif to guide us for today.
yeah. So while waiting for the question, if you can see in front of you, this is already a template given by the Keynote. So you can just simply paste or replace the picture. All right. So sorry. So you can actually replace the picture. You know what? They have come up with the idea of a certain placement of pictures would be nice. So you just simply paste it. Right. So I believe there's no questions.
So I just want to relate that if we refer to the cone of learning experience, I think that when we're dealing with the visual, most of the 13% of the learners learn by seeing, right? So I think that the Keynote just bring the learning experience through visuals. That's how the iPad capability and also the Keynote precisely can help in terms of teaching and learning. All right.
Yes.
So I open on the floor if you have questions. Okay. Just one question. Will the adjustment stay when we convert to the PowerPoint?
PowerPoint means say the Keynote presentation, is it?
Yeah.
Is one. So it stays the same. So whatever you have done, and then you share it, and then maybe you, for example, like just now, what I did here. So this is the one I did. If I were to show the differences, the movement, then I need to make the animation. But this is just a simple, straightforward, call that feature editing. When you start to play or you start to present your items, it stays the same. It doesn't. I mean, the adjustment stays there.
Or else, if you want to stay with the adjustment, I think that better we create as images. So all the setting up become more accurate as compared and converted into the PowerPoint.
You want to make it a picture of it. All right. So what you can do, so what you have to do here is you just click more button, this particular button, right? And then you export. Right. I have slide number 16. Yeah. So I pick up images. I just want to convert. Yeah. I use JPEG high quality, slide range. I choose slide 16. Right, done. Why do that? Next one is just click export.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Image.
There's one more question. There's one more question. Yeah. Can we play with the brightness of the photo?
Brightness of the photo.
Yeah.
As far as I know, brightness of the photo, because this is not a photo editing software, but it's more like it's not per se for photos. So if you were to play around with the photo, the brightness of the photo is through the photo app itself.
Alright.
It's a built-in photo app. So I think I can show you a bit. I'm not going to touch in that, but at least I can play around with I can share with the audience asking the question just now. So let's say you pick out one item. Yeah, I pick this one. So this is a picture of my cat. This is photos software. This photo, what you can do is you can edit. Okay, so you have all sorts of tools over here to play around. Right, so this is auto enhancement. So you have that. Or maybe you're quite good with the idea of brilliance. Maybe shadow. You put some more shadow over here, and then you add some brightness. So to make it somewhat mysterious, so you add some saturation and some vibrance, or maybe you can.
So we can enrich our photo using the photo apps, all right, and then transport
Yes.
and then place our
Save it.
document into the Keynote. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Okay, nice. So
Yep.
there's one more question. Can the images edited be on the motion with the background music? I think that impossible with the Keynote, right? So the participant want to know how we can set the motion and how we can add the background, just to give more some extra values on the
Meaning to say the animation part of it, is it?
yeah.
Yes, you can do the animation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Azmi Maktani also mentioned that set screen recording on, and then you can add some music. And before this,
Yeah.
I think you can go to the YouTube channel that we have. Look for Fun with Keynote, if I'm not mistaken. Shows you how to play with the animation and sounds together with it, and you can have that. So
That's
this is more on the photos editing, and I believe
Yeah.
that's all for today I can share with you. But before I end, please, those who are interested, in fact, I learned a lot from this. Everyone can create. It is free for download. Yeah, it's free. You don't have to pay. It can be in the iBooks. Yeah, there you go. You can look at that. This is the one. Everyone can create photos. It gives you an example of tasks and also some sort like exercises, and you can play with the students as well as try it out with all the family members. So I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. Any more questions?
All right. So,
So
other
with
question?
I'll pass back to the screen, back to the moderator. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Assalamualaikum.
thank you, Dr. Azwin Arif. So, Dr. Juf, can I share my content?
Yes, just pass it over to you.
Thank you so much. Alright, so I would like to thank to Dr. Azwin Arif Abdul Rahim for his session, talk about the editing photos using Keynote. So before we end the session, so I would like to encourage teacher to fill the form borang pendaftaran cikgu provided with the QR code. Same goes with the lecturers and teachers who can give a feedback for the session. So these two QR code can be scanned using your phone. Alright, we hope that you can fill in and give us the input.